Zarabs. What a sneaker fight. Quiet as the depths.
That's one for us.
Oh. And a regular bomb for that. Karloff. I can find no more use to put my talents in a pitiless land, so I must go. The water freezes. I create art from it. The water melts, my art dissolves. The water freezes again. This cycle once brought me peace. I looked upon my work and was comforted by the impermanence, and in the impermanence of all things, at the comfort in Rimgard's promise of the end. But even the ice carver is not impervious to the cold, and the new wind that blows from the north, from Kaizo, from the cracks in the in-between, chills me to the bones. There is something wrong in the world, though the and not even your bright smile can set this cycle to rights. I head to the living lands. The vitality that fled my art is gathering there, condensing. Now, a new chill rises in the land. A great conflict is coming, and our master will need his harbingers at his side. If Vatner returns, tell to him to come. But my love, I beg you, do not follow us. To serve our God most faithfully, I must believe you're still alive. Lexi.
Show me what you got.
What? Wait, who? What? Where? Calm down. Why is he over there aggroing the enemy? So weird. Kai? Kai, please. Oh.
You're not my brother. I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead? Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Galloway's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Kai, we can't let this kid die a virgin. Can you help him?
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing him? Sorry, I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic? Yoda learned some magic, but only the kind that explodes. I don't want to explode. Please help me.
Kai is funny. Use Dream Touch to heal him.
Oh, that's the creepiest sensation I ever felt in my life. Like vines were growing all through me.
If it works, don't question it. And look, your wounds are closing up already.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? And what are you doing down here?
Could ask you the same question. Are you with the Expeditions Corps?
Free Expedition Corps out of High Crown. Yeah, that's us. Well, that's me anyway. The rest of those assholes went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Admin. Honest. Oh shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. It's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in.
Tell me about Jada.
Our captain, she's... I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn.
Relax. You're not the first person to have a bad commander.
It's not like that. I mean, it didn't used to be. Yetta's not been quite herself lately. I've always known her to be cautious, careful. Now she charges forward recklessly, and she pushes us as hard as she pushes herself. And that's how I got hurt.
Has she been short-tempered? Distracted?
Yeah, and when we make camp she has these terrible dreams. Wakes us all up with her screaming and muttering.
Can't be sure, but it sounds like the dream scourge to me, Envoy.
Anything I need to know about the Oracle?
I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Aethys, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Aethys has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's old. Anything else?
He used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it in. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Aethys, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after all Aethys did in the Deadfire, people don't come here anymore.
I'm gonna speak with this Oracle then.
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here.
Given the extent of your injuries, you certainly would have. What was he talking about? I thought I was gonna die down here again.
It's a lucky thing you found me then.
I'll see you back in Paradise, Cadman.
Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was. I'll just rest here a second, then head on me way.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, they can see me from up there. So. That's funny.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one that Juliana's girls will too. So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for the Oracle. I say we head after him.
You nasty guy. History of the Living Lands 1. Origin. The living lands do not exist, but certainly there is an island. Certainly there are valleys, there are rivers, lakes, mountains. There are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, do these not constitute the living lands? I will concede that they constitute the description of a continent, that this continent lies north of the equator, and that this continent is equidistant from Ader and Ruatai, I will concede that this continent is real so long as you and I walk upon it. We call this island the Living Islands, but the Living Lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. The list of attributes does not alone make up a place. I believe that for a place to become real, it must have a name. For a name to be real, it must have a history. History confers meaning, and meaning is given to a name by its manner. But the Living Lands cannot be this island's name, because I have traveled its breadth, climbed its peak, and delved its countless depths. And I have discovered that the Living Lands has no namer at all. No namer? Unless the words we use to describe this continent, the Living Lands, were given to us by the godless. Unless these words have a meaning only they could comprehend. Unless these words have a history only they could know. And the hesity, the thisness of this place was lost to them, with them.
Unseen, unheard.
Step in my dreams tonight. I don't wanna wake up from this tonight.
They won't get past me! Come and get me!
You dead. Captain Jeddah, the relic you seek is but one of the many thorns in the rotten heart of this land. Claim it for Ader, and should its efficacy be confirmed, you will be appropriately rewarded, Quist the Ladwin.
Didn't realize the head of the Steel Gorilla was into antiques. I see someone. Be ready for anything.
Whoa.
Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you.
What the fuck? 28 priest too. He is gone, but he's still with me. I think there's something wrong with my chat. Let me try this again. Hey Rin, how's it going? What form should a reliquary take that it's fit to hold a splinter? Were I in high crown still, I would petition the church for ivory, gems, and gold, for this remnant of his holy body is worth all the wealth of the empire and more. Being as I am sequestered here, I will make do instead with the wealth of the land. Granite from the tallest peaks, clay from the fertile riverbeds, and trunks from the most aged trees. I must work without ceasing until it is done. The memory of my Lord cannot endure delay. 2828 Terrestia. He is beginning to take shape. I thought at first a sanctuary would be appropriate, temple within this temple of the godless. When I prayed over my plans for the building's construction, I received a vision of Eothas' Titan as it had existed in its time. A body of strange flesh and bone, hundreds of feet tall, stride the land with the Pantheon at his side, facing down the forces of chaos like 11 colossal ships of the line. What crisis manifested them and inspired them to act, I know not, but I shall remake him as he was in my own fashion. I say hello and something's wrong with the chat. Yeah, I had to reopen my Twitch app for it to show up. So what's going on? 2828 Mejervano. He is complete, but the statue I have made is inert, lifeless, dull. The work of my hands does not dignify the splinter. There is something deficient in it and in me. I must destroy it and begin again. 2829 Imprima. He is made anew. His effigy is formed from granite, clay, and wood still, but they shelter now a precious Adra core. It glimmers even the low light of this cavern's ceaseless evenings. He brings the dawn to this penumbral place, as the light of his attention once brought to my soul. In the Empire, they celebrate spring dawn today, or they would have prior to the Saints' War. I wonder what of him remains in the beyond after his dissolution at Rukaizo. I long to be with him again. 2829 Prima. What if I did not have to wonder? Wait, is he the one down here? Is that him? What was the name? Sargamas. Oh. Heck.
It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us. But you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargamas, servant of the once shining god. He whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
You name yourself after one of the early figures in the Euthasian scripture?
Then Sargamas spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargamas. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Harmka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to themselves. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone.
Dang, he was talking a lot. What was he saying? So he's actually a Sargamas instead of the Sargamas that's in the scripture? Kids have no patience. Wait, there's more than that, right? He said more than that. I've heard there was a temple of Eothas in this cave.
Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so.
Why would godlikes visit this temple and not the temples of the patron god?
Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding in a world determined to bend us to its purposes.
I've wondered what purpose the Emperor had in naming me his envoy.
This is a heavy burden you carry. to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours.
Hmm? You're really a godlike.
I am as you are, though I do not care for the word. Aethys the Dawn Treader is my lord and patron. If you will forgive me saying so, I am surprised to meet you here. Even before the vanishing of our kind, it had been some years since a child of Garlawain came to speak with me. And I have never seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage resembles yours.
That's because I'm not a godlike of Galawain.
Ah, of course. I should not have assumed. I have had the great privilege to speak with thousands of our kind during my long life. And you do not resemble a single one of them. But if not Garlawain, I cannot imagine who else among the Pantheon might have blessed you.
Truthfully, I don't know which god is my patron.
My relationship with my lord has oftentimes been the one succor through difficult seasons of my life. I hope that when you find your patron, it is the same for you. May I ask, as a god's child, did your earthly parents love you?
Why?
As I near the end of my life, my attention turns to my earliest days, to my family, my lord, and to love. I wonder if my parents could have loved me better if I had been less like myself and more like them. I wonder if I could have loved them more if I had not so dearly loved my lord. I wonder if that hurt them. I wonder why our holy parents made us as we are. Do we have any freedom in the face of our gods? Did they make us to love them? And if we do so love our gods, why do we not simply kill our bodies to be closer to them? Can we ever be close enough to what we love in them to satisfy our longing? Can we ever get far enough from what we loathe in them to satisfy our disgust? My lord will break my heart so long as I love him. And I will always love him. But I am selfish. I do not want to die heartbroken.
They kept their distance. I think I frightened them.
Yes, as it was with me.
I was told you're exceptionally old. Is that true?
What an impertinent question. Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adir was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve.
You must have witnessed some unbelievable things.
Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the broken stone war, the war of black trees, the war of defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore.
You spent a long time in Deerwood. What made you stay?
The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor. Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colquhoun, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go.
Did you ever meet Saint Waidwen? Waidwen?
Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Waidwen speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Waidwen his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice, to have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Waidwen, pitiable Waidwen. I grieve for what became of him.
Do you wish it had been you who was made a saint?
God help me. I do.
But that was over 600 years ago.
About 630, yes. Give or take a decade. One does lose count.
So why haven't you died yet?
That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times. But even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive. And now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die.
Eothas talked to you?
In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard.
Are you afraid to die?
Not anymore.
Why would you tell me all this?
Because you are my brother. And I want someone to know.
Reason enough. Why did the gods banish godlikes from the world?
There are many theories, which the holy and learned of Aora have only just begun to argue. But you did not ask me for theories. Frankly, I do not know for certain. However, I believe the gods are preparing for war.
Against Kith?
A war of all against all. A struggle between destiny and design. Who yokes the soul of the world? Whose machinations turn the wheel? Who acts and whom is acted upon? That is the ultimate power, brother. The only power there is. To decide the fate of another, and to make it so. For so long as we have lived, it is the gods who have decided for us. But change is possible, if we are brave enough to want it. And Kith have lately grown very brave indeed.
I've been hearing a voice in my head since I arrived on this island. Could it be my god?
I suppose it's not impossible, but the gods typically make themselves known to us in our earliest days, before we have left the comfort of the womb. They are present in our hearts and minds before we even have a notion of I at all. I'm sorry. Yours is an unusual case. Tell me, this voice in your head, do you want it to be your god?
If it's not my god, I don't know what else it could be.
Other than a symptom of madness, you mean? You do not seem especially troubled. No more than any Kith subject to life's uncertainties. As to what the voice is, if it is unlikely to be a god, I cannot say. It may be a particularly powerful soul attempting to control you, or the echoes of a past life. Perhaps it is the sending of an archmage, or some ancient construct of Engwithin make. Or it may just be the beginnings of the Dream Scourge. Whatever this voice is, I suspect only an expert in souls can say.
Did you build this statue?
Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years. Hewn by my own hands from stone in Ardra, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my God.
Are you dying?
If I am, it is from an affliction that death will not cure. But no, brother, I am only very old. My light is waning. As Aethys' essence leaves the world, I am leaving with him. His essence has kept me alive for centuries, and soon we will enter the longest night.
I'm looking for an expedition in my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
An expedition? You know, treasure maps, matching outfits, campfire songs, the works.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Do you really expect me to believe you haven't seen them? There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters to read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow, I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
They were searching for a relic you're rumored to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
Where do you keep the relic? I might find them there. What is this relic exactly?
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shin bone from my lord's Titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Where do you keep this relic? I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
If you're about to ask us to tidy up, think again. My place is a much bigger mess.
Oh no, I had something far grander in mind. You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
I'll be back before you can say 10 praise Aethyses.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
Sir Gamus, it has been some time since your last correspondence, and I do hope that you are still well. Have the materials and spare equipment from my lab proven reliable? You know how temperamental and finicky old equipment gets. I swear these machines have souls of their own, but I digress. I look forward to hearing the latest news about your progress. I have no doubt that the completion of your project will change the world, and knowing you, it will certainly be for the better. That I have had a part to play in this fills me with a deep joy and satisfaction. Perhaps one day they shall write about us. I can see it now. The Oracle and the Visionary, a titillating tale of two thinkers and their thoroughly thought-provoking theories. On second thought, perhaps simply the Oracle and the Visionary will suffice. Eagerly awaiting your response, your friend, Vitter. It is good that I forgot to send this letter after it dried. Rask would be very cross with me if I did not relay once more that he is, and I quote, rather looking forward to giving Sargamus' oversized animat a proper thrashing if he ever gets it functional. Oh, that Rask. Until next time, my friend. weird how it expands and he said don't touch anything, but I couldn't help myself. Reminder, source flesh lumber. Nile only seems to be able to source rotten lumber, and the contemptible stuff cannot withstand the damp of this cavern. I must find someone who can fell and hew fresh trees, or my fragile generators will be at the mercy of the Zarabs. The little bastards are remarkably curious. Oh, this is his office. Oh, he sleeps up here. Nice. High damage and stun with maces. I've been trying to hide. I actually upgraded them. Life Straight to the heart, please. I don't really wanna know what's good for me. For many smiths, the spiked mace is considered a test of apprenticeship, balance, sturdiness, and symmetry together make a deadly weapon capable of breaking armor and bone alike. We'll test it out. I like the reach of the spear, but we'll try this. A History of the Living Lands 2, Lacuna. What are we to make of the absence of Engwithans from the living lands? I think often the of years I spent in the Eastern Reach, in all my time there. Never once were the ruins of Engwith out of my sight. A trio of their standing stones loom from the peak of a nearby hill through my bedroom window, and the long shadows of their machines fell every day over my church. The roads we trod were their roads, and the walls that divided up our land were their walls. Their temples became our markets. Our fields were littered with their tools. No mountain, no river, no forest could stop their building, and with their technology, they mastered the world. The Engwithans laid the foundation of Eora. We, the living, are merely the skin atop their bones, but they never made it to the living lands. How can that be so? Don't break me down. I'm traveling tonight. I've been trying to hide.
bridge is out, but that looks like the way to the relic. This reminds me of the Strangle Route. But how is anything this big growing all the way down here?
Hey Leon, how are you? It's a long ass story. Just got back from the movies. Which movie did you watch? I'm trying to think what movie's out there right now. Can't think of any. Unless you went to watch Snow White. Women in the Yard? What is this? I've never heard of Women in the Yard. What is it about? Oh, woman. I think I know which one. I think I saw the trailer. It's where like this lady saw like a woman sitting in the yard, a Karen sitting in the yard just staring at them in the black robe or something. Was it any good? And I saw that trailer, I was like, what is this? I don't know how they can stretch that into like an hour and a half movie or something. You enjoyed it, but at the end it could be better. There were so many kids to see the You wanted to watch the Minecraft movie? Oh, you're just saying that there were so many kids there because they wanted to watch that stupid movie. I don't know why. I couldn't believe that they made one. And then that guy, Aquaman, also looked so different in that movie. Next thing you're gonna see is Sinners. Which one is Sinners? Thunderbolts, Michael B. Jordan vampire movie. The only movie that I want to watch. There are actually two movies I wanted to watch, new movies. One is The Monkey. I know it's out, but it's like $20 to rent. So waiting for it to be cheap. So So I want to watch The Monkey and I want to watch the new Final Destination movie. None in the theaters though. I don't like going to the theaters anymore. I mean, movies look so good at home nowadays anyway. And then Thunderbolts. Yeah, I've never heard of Thunderbolts and Sinners. It's a vampire movie. Oh no, why do I see two guys hugging? It's coming out April 18th. Is it like an action movie? Supernatural horror movie. In a dual role as twin brothers. Well, that's interesting. Oh, set in 1930s. Okay. And then the other one was what? Thunderbolts? Oh, it's a Marvel movie. What? I didn't even know they were making this movie. It's interesting. Alright, true stories from the living lands. How long is this? Trolls. I'll never forget my encounter with trolls. The living lands narrowly avoided being consumed by a giant plant. Running fast as I could to get away from it, I broke the chest. The hill and valley below was wide, green, wet, and covered with low, thick branched trees. Vines grew everywhere between the trees, across the tops of them down to the ground. It is a mess of vine and green. Cautiously, I worked my way down towards the basin, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious, but it's a good thing I did so. I noticed not all the trees appeared to be trees. I froze, dropping to the ground in an effort to minimize my appearance. One of the trees moved, lumbering slowly away from the cluster. It's then that I realized it was a troll, stepping out from among the group of trees that I had been resting against. With a few more steps, I would have walked right into their home. Camouflage these trolls exhibited far exceeded I've ever seen before. I hope to turn again in the future, observe them more. Insects and plants. While I've never seen them, I've read reports of giant insects in the living lands. Centipedes, flies, mosquitoes, hornets, all 10 times the size you would see them anywhere else. Imagine making camp. You've gotten set up everything. There's a fire going next to a shelter. Something is gently simmering in the cooking pot. You sit down, finally feeling like you can relax after a trying day. You feel a tickling at your feet, insistent and prolonged. Reaching down to brush whatever it is away, your hand comes in contact with something hard, long, flexible, and winding its way around your boot. You look down to see a centipede the size of your arm, casually making its way over your feet towards the far side of the camp. You would get out of the camp, wouldn't you? And that's exactly what my friend did when he realized he had started his fire over a centipede nest. Unless we forget, do not let your dart down around the plants. You discovered a wonderful collection of giant flowers. Pink and grew in a circle around the central stalk. What an aroma. I lacked the word to describe how delectable it was. Sweet, fruity, and light, just with a hint of something tangy. Looking closer, I saw some berries growing on the stalk in the center of the flowers. Well, I just had to have them, so I started pushing my way through the flowers. With the vines growing around the base of the plant began to twitch and blooms towards me. It was at that moment I saw the blooms weren't actually flowers, but hinged jaws. I had been fooled by its camouflage. I quickly retreated, pushing my way back out just in time. The blooms slammed shut. If I had still been standing there, trying in vain to reach the berries, I wouldn't be writing this book today. It's interesting. I didn't even know there were like books that you could read from. Just some random what? And then it's like it's not even, it doesn't even show like it's just the spot has something that you can read. It doesn't even give you any indicator that a book is available for you to check out. Nothing is lost to search for Ukaizo. Wanamora Wave Chaser. Ranga's men came to collect my portion of prize share this morning. I had nothing to give them again. I make no money for the tribe, though I am always in my little ferry goat, Gary Gull, carving through the waves. At night I get no sleep. White Taro asked me to conserve the lamp oil, to come to bed, but I can't, not until I find it. I know it's out there, the lost city of Akaizo, on every chart and map of the dead fire found, whether Huana, Valen, or Ruatayan. There's a gap, an empty space where so much of our history should be. Did it burn to ash and cinders in a cataclysm? Did it sink below the waves? Does Nagadi clutch it to her breast at the bottom of the sea? Perhaps it's lost and wandering, like me, unmoored, looking for a home it can't remember, but for which some insistent longing burns in its chest, an ember always smoldering, a little fire to push it on. Waitaro wants me to give it up, but how can I? On mornings when the sky is so clear, I can hardly catch my breath. For the beauty of it, I think I see it out there, shimmering and brightening blue light. Is it a taunt or beckoning? Would I be able to tell the difference? I ask the fisherfolk when they return with their catch at sunset. To Bear, I say, did you see anything? Or you, Mabori? How about you, Puira? They avoid me now. Waitaro says they're busy, but I know they think I'm tide-sick and sun-addled. The way Puira's lip curls in disgust when I approach, the way Tiber's eyes seem to see right through me, I know. They won't have to suffer me much longer, because tomorrow I'm taking Greygull and sailing forth. Someone has to chase the old tales, so I will. Who are you? Oh, well, Minora, Waves Chaser. Or Minora. Okay, so I have not been looking at these random shelves. I didn't know they have a lore, like random lore attached to them sometimes. Oh shit! This has been standing there while we were reading. The lore. Okay, Mama's upset.
make a good squad.
Do we? Do we? Do we?
Coming in hot.
No, I'll pray a book. Statue schematic. This drawing details plans of creation of a large statue powered by essence. The essence is intended to be injected into the statue by array of animantic devices. Where such a vast store of essence might come from and what the statue could do with it is unclear. What? He's like building a Voltron or something. So weird. See, random lore. Life and discoveries of Pangram. Wow, all of these have been kind of long. Mention the name Pangram to anyone with even a passing knowledge of animancy, and you could find yourself in for a very long discussion. Publicly reviled, but privately lauded as a hero and genius, Pangram's history is at turns revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Pangram was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with the concept of animancy. It consumed his life as he had dedicated everything to understand it. He would frequently travel to Air Grandflath and the Durwood to visit the Angwithan ruins. There he would take note and make sketches, bringing anything back with him that he could to help him unlock the mysteries. After years of study, Pangram had reached a point where he could no longer conduct research on his own, and he took on an assistant, Helig of Thene. Soon, Helig was making trips to Air Grandflath in Pangram's stead, gathering knowledge while Pangram stayed behind to experiment. This partnership quickly bore fruit, and Pangram made a breakthrough, one that would irrevocably change his life and general attitude towards animancy forever. While the specifics of his experimentation will never truly be known, the rumors and stories that still circulate tell that he had sent out inquiries asking for life subjects for help with a dangerous experiment that might change their life or might end it. Those who are already dying were especially encouraged to apply. Response was overwhelming, and Pangram had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is, when he had his breakthrough. He discovered a way to fix a soul, anchoring it to its body so it couldn't leave at death. He had discovered eternal life. So this guy's trying to he wants to attach his soul to the robot. His research and life's work had resulted in the greatest single discovery that animancy could ever hope for. But I thought he wanted to die. His findings were published and quickly spread through Valia and beyond, while some groups, the Wodican Church, for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy. Many put it into practice. Everyone wanted the chance at immortality. But everything comes with a cost. It quickly became apparent that simply restraining the soul while keeping the person technically alive was doing nothing for the body, which continued to decay, devolving and warping the soul now trapped inside it. The creatures it created were dangerous, carnivorous beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. The backlash was ruthless. The practice of Pangram's discoveries was outlawed. His works were collected and burned. He and Helig were branded heretics and hunted, chased from town to town till Pangram simply vanished. Helig was tracked down, captured, and brought to trial for atrocities committed against Valia and his people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring charges against him, as everyone knew what hand he had played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released once public outrage died down. Not long after his parole, he disappeared as well. You still need to play this game. How do you feel about this game after playing it for some time? I've been been skipping around. The last time I played this was a while back. This is like, I think, my 12th session. It's starting to get a little better, I think. The tone is so different than, because like it's set in the same world as Path of Exile. Path of Exile. but the tone seems a little different. Well, gameplay wise, I think it's a little better now because I think in the beginning, but I'm playing like the hardest difficulty. It, I didn't like how quickly I die. You can die pretty quickly if you don't avoid damage. But I think right now it's getting better. It's just that I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I was like, no, I need to go back to Avowed and play some more of the game. I mean, I really like the combat in this game is like. I wish that Skyrim plays this well, like first-person combat with magic and, So, I like that part. The story seems kind of, But gameplay-wise, it's getting better. Occasionally, talk surfaces that a copy of Pangram's theorems have been found, untouched by the purging flames that destroyed its brothers. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of content in this game. Like, I'm really, like, in the first city, and I look at the map, there's so many different areas still that I can go to. But there are tons of quests, like tons of side quests. So it's almost like, like an Elder Scroll or an Elder Scroll game or any other open world RPG kinda, where you have tons of side quests that you can do. Seems like there's a lot of content. These rumors seldom end up being more than that. Many groups and wealthy individuals have formed, sending out a call to anyone who will listen. Find us a copy of the theorems. They offer gold jewel status, I think. They can entice adventurers to help them achieve their goals. But there are those who give anything a chance at immortality, even become monster. Yeah, but I would say this game is definitely worth playing. And then you have like multiple classes. The skill tree looks interesting. I'm going for like a magic bill. So there's definitely a lot to this game. I mean, this game is definitely better than the other one, the last Obsidian game. What was it? Outer Worlds. I don't know what they were thinking with Outer Worlds, and then it has a sequel coming out. But yeah, this is at least better than Outer Worlds. But I think the tone is still a little off. Maybe the problem is, like, maybe it's the voice actor. Maybe it's just because when you play something like, I'm not sure if you played the Path of Exile games. Not Path of Exiles. Pillars of Eternity. I said Path of Exile. Path of Exile, that stupid Diablo clone. Pillars of Eternity. I think when you just read it versus everything's voiced, it gives you a different feel for the world where this game's taking place, because this is part of the whole Pillars of Eternity world, lore. So, because you put more of yourself into the game when you're mostly doing the reading, versus everything's voice acted. Like every character in this game is voice acted. So maybe that's the disconnect. But like I said, it's pretty entertaining. I'm back to playing it, so and I want to play it. 'Cause you know how I am. I get distracted so quick. But it's always in the back of my mind that I want to come back to this game, so that should tell you something. But yeah, if I open up my quest log, you can see that there's tons of quests. I don't like the upgrade system. It's like, I think it's just a lazy way for them to not give you too many, to too many varieties of loot because you're mostly like just upgrading your weapons, and so supposedly there's still legendary drops that you can get, but you're mostly upgrading like your weapons and your armor. Like there's a system for that. But you can see I have a lot of side quests, bounties, so, and like I said, I'm still like in the beginning section of the game. So there's quite a bit to this game, for sure. Okay, I already read these, so we need to remove that. You thought about getting Assassin's Creed. It is worth it. I would say Shadows is worth it. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I know a lot of people hate it, but you know these days, people who hated games these days, when they usually do it for no real reason. You know, other than the protagonist is female, or there's a black samurai. You know, but it's very good, and the thing about Assassin's Creed, well, at least on the PC anyway, I don't know which platform you want to get it from. It is like, I was pretty impressed with the optimization. It is beautiful, and there's no performance issues. So I was very impressed, because like the last major Avatar, the Avatar game also had no performance issues, but like the I was so disappointed with that Watch Dogs, that latest Watch Dogs. Oh, it ran so poorly, and it was like 15 frames per second. No matter what system you have, it's just so bad. It was so bad. I had like the best graphics card back then for the PC, and it still ran like shit. But you know, but yeah, no problems with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Well optimized, and it's very good. The last mission that I played, really, I hated it though. I hated last mission because there was just too much going on, but I wasn't having fun. The last session that's why I'm back at playing Avowed, because I was like, so I guess I got frustrated at the section of the game, and I just wanted to get away from it just for a little bit. But it is so beautiful. If you like Japan, and you know, I mean, such a beautiful game. Story is not the greatest though. Story was like just like okay also. I think I prefer Odyssey. Like the first section of this game is just, you know, such a slog to get through it, but because, you know, if you're into Japanese culture, Japan, and that whole milieu, you can tolerate, you know, because that's why I tolerated through that first section. So yeah, I highly recommend it. You know, I like it, so it's very good. I played a lot of it. I've probably played like 10 hours of it so far. And I like it. Like I said, the last mission I just got overwhelmed. I was just like, ugh. Let me get away from this for a little bit, because I was getting frustrated. But it was really my fault because I was rushing through that part, but it's really my fault. And I almost picked up that new Souls game, but you know how I was telling you the other day, last time you were here, I was getting kind of burnt out from all these Souls games in general, you know. I almost picked up that Berserker one because it looks good, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, I I'm probably not gonna enjoy it too much. So you know what? Let's wait for that one to get like extremely cheap. Pick it up for $10. It's just, it's just becoming too predictable. That's the problem. And then, the way that they make the difficulty now, it's no longer about patterns. It's about how hard these boss can, like, spam attacks at you. Like, Elden Ring started doing that, and I was just like, oh, god damn. I haven't even picked up the expansion for Elden Ring, and I played, like, 80 hours or whatever, 100 hours of Elden Ring. I never even finished it, but I had fun, but the bosses in that game is like so lazy. I think they started becoming lazy at Dark Souls 2 is when they started becoming lazy with like patterns. Because it's fun to figure out patterns and yeah, sure, these bosses do damage to you, but when it's just lazy damage and all these bosses do now is they attack you nonstop and all that stuff, it's like, okay. It's becoming lazy, I'll have to replay Elden Ring though. Probably replay it from the beginning because I don't even know where I'm at this point, with that character. So probably would be kind of fun to just go back and just replay it. And then they have the new one coming out, but it's like multiplayer focused. I don't know what that's about. And then people were starting to bitch on the Steam forums about how they removed the single player tag for the game and they just put multiplayer. And then people bitch and say, "Oh, I thought this was this you can solo this," and they put it back in there. It's just so funny, but I'm not picking that up anytime soon. Okay. All right, where were we here? So this guy used to use this office space, and then he abandoned this office space apparently. Oh, we need to read the prayer. Euphasian prayer. Oh, and I was gonna say the last bit of lore that we just picked up about raising the dead. I already picked up the prayer. Okay. There was like this side story in Pillars of Eternity when you get to that big city. I forgot the name of the city, where there was a guy hiding in the sewers. I'm not sure if he was part of that lore just now. But there was a guy who was experimenting on corpses in the sewers, and you can either help him or kill him. I'm not sure if you play Pillars of Eternity, but it was so interesting. There's some things in this game that actually, because you're in the same world. And then you also meet characters, there was a couple of characters at the beginning of this game. I'm not going to say too much, but, there were characters that was in this game that's, associated with the other game. So it's pretty cool. They have little small things like that in this game. So, but I've never played Pillars of Eternity 2. So, and I guess maybe if there are connections there too that I would miss it. Because I've never played number 2. Because I'm still trying to finish number 1. That game is so long. But I recently completed Tyranny though, so straight after Tyranny I started playing Pillars of Eternity 2 with with a new character. But I think that was my problem. You can't go from a lengthy RPG like that and go into another one with a lot of reading. So you have to get away from it for a while. You haven't played too much of Pillars? Yeah, Pillars is a really good game. Really love that game. The first time when I was fully committed to finishing up Pillars of Eternity, I got stuck somewhere, and it's like a spoiler kind of thing if you haven't played it, but I'm not gonna mention it. But there was a section that I didn't know that it was asking for full commitment. So and then I was stuck in that section, and that was what made me stop. If not, I think I would have finished the game. But it was such a fucking difficult part of the game too. It was extremely difficult, and there was no way backing out of it. And I was just. I'm sure that if I kept going, that I would be able to get through. But it was so frustrating because I died so much. Kept dying and dying and dying. It was brutal. And I was just like, okay. Oops, I don't have a previous save. Okay, well, I'm fucked. I think I couldn't because I didn't know that this section requires so much commitment of time, and you have to commit to the whole process. And I already spent hours on it. So if I go back, I thought that I would just lose progress, because I've already spent so many hours on it. So that was what made me stop playing that game. But yeah, I'll have to come back to it, of course. But yeah, I was so happy to be able to finish Tyranny finally. And Tyranny is such a great game too. Highly recommended that one. Oh yeah, the prayer. I think I've seen this in Pillars of Eternity probably, because they also use like lore pieces from those games here as well, I think. And the sun shall break through the darkness, new dawn arriving with the rebirth of the day. Rejoice, all you dwellers in the shadow who are broken and beaten. Winter soon comes to an end. Spring shall rise, bringing light and life to the world. Radiant life, and thy soul shall find warmth in his arms. All creatures bask in his glory. The rays of his countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night, ushering in the day. Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence. If thou art broken, he shall make thee whole. Yeah, this is so familiar. I think this was probably in the other game. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee to light. If thou art sinful, thou shalt be reborn. If thou art cold, his warmth shall bolster thee. How canst I, so lowly and worn, speak words of proper adulation? Thine eyes, whose gaze sees the sin in me, yet still shows love. Thine hands, whose grip pulls me out of darkness. Thine ears listening to my every prayer. Thine heart bright as the dawn, giving me warmth when I am raw. Eothas, light of spring, sun of the world, thou givest me life and purpose. If thine heart be black, if thine intention be pure, thy light is forfeit, for he hath seen, he can see, he will see. Nothing is hidden from his glory. His light touches every corner of the world. Nothing is hidden from his sight. If thou dost thy work in the dark, if thou wouldst keep thine actions hidden, thou shalt be burned in the sun of the new dawn. Day comes soon, prepare for the dawn. Nothing is hidden from his reach. Okay. Yeah, and I also still need to play Monster Hunter. So I know you probably play the shit out of Monster Hunter. I need to get back to it. Yeah, I saw that, the update. I think I've been meaning to play. Oh, okay.
6 years in Dawn Shore, and I never something this big was under our feet the whole time.
Did you finish the story? What the fuck? I don't like that sound. There's a monster here. Yeah, the story wasn't too bad. I just hate that stupid kid. But yeah. I'm still working on... I haven't played that much of the game, I think. The last monster I fought through the story was the spider thing. Purification of the Pilgrim. I hope that in coming to this place, standing before the splinter, and turning my mind to prayer, that I would feel something, that I would experience a solace the other godlike speak of, this state that they call grace. But my dreams remain silent as this eerie godless tomb, and I'm ashamed to feel so lonesome and bereft. To truly love the gods is to be faithful to the void. That is what the oracle tells me. If I look outside myself to the here and now. Oh, and I saw that you purchased Inzoi, that Sims games alternative. Have you played it? For that which I desire, that I will always remain unsatisfied. I must go down into myself, into the still, white emptiness to discover that I already have everything I need. Was it called Inzoi or something like that? Something stupid. Only a little bit. I saw some of the screenshots. People were... I guess the creation tool is just so robust that people was able to create like exact replica of celebrities. It's pretty amazing. The many voices of wail I wish would whisper in my ear. Even had I heard them, they would not be evident of their love. That evidence persists already in my soul, in the void to which I have not been true. And it has from the moment they plucked my soul from the wheel and gave it onto my body to be born. It is the chime is the evidence of their love, and if it is all that I ever heard of them, then I should fall to my knees in gratitude, for it more than most kith will get. But to know the solace that I seek, then I must give up any desire for their love and learn to love the void. What is this sound? Oh, is this a Zara? No. That's a beetle. Oh, go,
Right behind you.
go get him. Jesus Christ. I don't know, you gotta get...
Coming from your right.
Gotta get the healer. Oh no, see. Why is it not killing the healer? Help! Shit.
Dreams go ahead. I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
Thorns beside violets, essence twisted out of shape.
Kai is not very smart. Like, he's not focusing his attention on the healer, even though I sent him over to kill the healer. something up here? Oh. Too high. Only a little bit, but it's surprisingly nice. What are we talking about? Oh, Inzoi. Is there a lot of content? I mean, the price is not too bad, but is it? Can you do a lot in it, or? Because the problem with it is just it's early access. Can you actually get up there? You can.
Repose, a pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
Consecration prayer. With this leaving of his precious body, we commemorate our most glorious God with all his saints. Let us commend ourselves and one another and our whole life to Eothes, the Dawn Trader, for this holy house and for those who enter it with faith. Reverence and the fear of our God, we consecrate this temple in his name. Eothes, have mercy on our souls.
If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kind of nice.
You say that about everything, Kai. Says everything's nice, if not for this, not for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost hit an explosive barrel. There's nothing else here. Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in Inzoi, but I also recently got a lot of the expansions for The Sims 4. So I've been playing a little bit of that.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it.
Of course not. There's gonna be an ambush. We better save. You know there's gonna be an ambush. And what happened to the team? We haven't even seen the team of... I think that godlike guy did
No
some...
one said anything about tight spaces.
I think that godlike guy killed them. And stuffed their soul into the giant robot. So what I'm thinking happened. Not sure though.
Unseen, unheard.
History of the Living Lands 4, redacted. I think we're missing 3. Every page of this book has been painted black except the very last, which features a large drawing of an unusually ornate key and a note written in the runes of an unknown language. Beneath them, someone has scribbled. How do their agents keep finding my work? They've already defaced 3 versions of this volume alone. I don't know what they find so objectionable about my theories on the meaning of the godless language, but I'm done rewriting it. You bastards win. No more. The note above has been amended by a more measured hand, likely sometime after the first note was written. I've compared my notes regarding the inscription from Ukaizo with the script on the intact clay tablet in my lab and realized they share several shapes in common. I may be able to make some headway into translating this if I can find an expert in the godless. Another amendment follows, but that too has been mostly blocked out. Near the end of the reduction, the paint suddenly runs off the edge of the page, and a splash of blood stains the margins. All you can make out is a pair of shaky sentences circled several times. Yiz? Could that mean God? You mean jizz? It's not yiz, it's jizz. See if we can find a way out first.
Oh no, you
Oh!
don't!
Didn't expect this.
Glorious fact.
You bastard. Oh, it just takes you to the side fucking side chamber. That's it. Nothing else here. Alright.
False with wings.
Something's moving in the main chamber.
Oh. Whoops.
Come and get me!
Stop running around.
Unseek!
Godless executioner. What? Oh. Oh no! No, don't be raising no freaking skeletons. Nice. There's too many of them. Come on, help me. Help me, freaking, Cass. I mean, God. I'm gonna die. Cass, help! God damn. Ow. Oh, that's right. I also have a parry, right?
One for you.
You forgot to check the trash to dump. Dang, that was a lot. Oh, we drop Adra. Great sword, deal high damage and stun, also high block. Swing moderately slow with high stamina cost. Okay. A brittle shard of shin bone purportedly chiseled from the skeleton of Yothus' god Titan, which remains interred at Moigueth in Okaizo. It's two-handed though. I don't think I want anything two-handed. Wielded by a trained swordsman, great sword can cleave an enemy in half. As long as the victim has a soft bone soft bones and remains perfectly still. Moving targets are a challenge, but even in less ideal circumstances. No one forgets the time they were struck with a great sword. I think I want to go back to the spear. Okay. Just so I can have the distance. What is this? Oh, can I use the electricity? Oh no, I think that's fire, right? No? Wind? I guess it doesn't hurt to try. Fire? It's not electric.
Yeah.
Wait, where does that take you to? Oh, there's one more. Okay. Oh, there's like a big treasure chest there. Where's the other one? I want it. I want it. Okay. I think there's another one that was.
That earthquake must have knocked something loose. Better a flood than a cave in.
We need to go back to that room with all the. Oh, what is this? How do we even get here? I don't remember. Like a watery area. What the fuck? Oh, it was underwater before. I mean, it was, there's no water here before, right? What is this? Oh, that area is inaccessible now? Oh. Are you serious? Oh, nice. Jazz. Jazz. This is not the room now. Because that room has the big epic chest. I hope I didn't mess that up and I can't access it anymore. Oh, there's that. Oh, I see. This is okay. If that was the case, then where's the from over here, right? Oh, I guess it's blocked off now. Maybe this. We got blocked off now. Because there was another switch that I didn't know what to do with earlier. Okay. Or maybe that room is available now. No. Oh, is it down here maybe? Yes.
Good eyes. That must have opened something.
Wow, that's pretty clever. Yes. Epic robe. No? Oh my god, there's nothing but shit. That's disappointing. Oh. That didn't take too long. I mean, taking the trash out. I think they went this way, right? Something else up there? Oh. Ah, no! Yeah, they were getting everything ready for... They were getting everything ready for their last hour. What? You gotta explain that to me. Oh, I see. What do you mean they were getting ready for their last hour? What the? Oh! They shut down, so I had to rush. Oh, because you have to. That's right, I forgot. I think you told me this before, that for your trash you have to travel somewhere. Like, they don't pick up your trash, you have to take it to a dump place, right?
Yeah.
Ow! Ow! Yeah, I think we had this conversation before. I remember now. Yeah, I could get picked up, but it's like $20-$30. You can drive by the place, so I just hey, if we can save you $20. How far away is the place? About 5 minutes? Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, I mean, I would probably do the same thing. Could save you some money, you know. Where is this? Oh. Seems like there's something else here. No. One thing I hate about this game is when you look at the maps, you will get confused. Because it would say that there's something here, but it's not. There's nothing there. To go here. Oh! Oh! Okay, that's kind of fucked up. I almost died. That was nasty. I almost died, Jesus. You see, it's attached to these things. That's funny.
Why has he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place?
Oh, we're back. We're back at the beginning.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can go back. Let's see here. Guess there was another door. Oh, looks like he got stuff attached to that Adra.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's this door. Nice. I was hoping for some epic loot though, but okay. Yeah, see, I mean that's the one thing about this game is like the loot. The loot is like disappointing. You mostly get materials and they expect you to just upgrade your armor at the camp. I think that's it. Now we can go back. Which way is it? I think this is the wrong way. Yeah, this takes you back to the spiders and stuff. And this way is probably already blocked, yep. Well, good exploration, though. Just one dungeon is like not just some generic corridors like in Skyrim and stuff. It's some good layout.
Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness.
I don't know what this guy's capable of, but I've got your back.
Should we give him? Oh, and supposedly we can still. Oh, okay. This door's open now. I know we should give the relic to the. Wait, where was I supposed to go? I don't think I can go back up there, can I? Oh yeah, I can. Continue searching for Adrian expedition, but where am I supposed to go? We already went here. Oh, is this new?
Something's not right here. Take a look around.
Scary. Oh, okay. They're all dead in here, yeah. Of course. Ew. On the binding of souls, the margins of this text are scribbled with notes and reference. The ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. The removal and transference of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that the Ingwithin was particularly adept at this, yet few details have survived them. Someone scrawled Annals of the Pargrunen, page 382-6 below this paragraph. What is known is that the removal of a soul is a difficult process, and one that requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before scholars could capture it. Transfer to holding vessel are written underlined in the margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and adra specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner, with no distortions or breakages. A warped soul is at best useless and at worst unpredictable. An arrow points from this paragraph to a scrunch note, extraction pool in CR 18 feet wide by 3 feet deep. We have since mastered the process of soul's transference and have seen the benefits of infusing forge work with the essence of animals and wilder. What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using the souls of kith, where we would procure the appropriate subjects, and how much personality and anatomy we would want to leave intact in such cases. A string of notes winds around and below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, volunteers, and ending with forged guardians and block letters. These notes are crossed out, and below them is written, "But what of the divine soul?" New orders came from the Darren today. We're to be sent to living lands. The diplomatic corps has established an embassy in the port city of Paradis, and they need support cataloging the unusual ruins there. No doubt it will take months, perhaps a year or 2 at the very least. I had promised Rudwin I'd be in High Crown to celebrate Inetsu with him and the children, especially since it will be Miri's coming of age. But how often are you given the opportunity to lay the foundation of study from a previously undiscovered ancient culture? I'm sure he'll understand. In Miri, well, I think my daughter will be glad I'm gone. It's not like the gods are making new condiments. Condiments? I know you just went out about a couple of minutes ago. Don't even try. The world is getting smaller every day. Okay, baby, give me a sec. It always seems as though the moment I finally get my sea legs, we're pulling into harbor. And a charming harbor it is, despite what Darren told me. And not nearly so dangerous as the clerks in Hightown warned. I swear on the Queen. Where are you? Oh, she already left. I swear on the Queen, half of my countrymen. What are you doing? Stop. Don't step on my posters, honey. I swear on the Queen, half the countrymen will send any city. No, come here. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come on. Just go to bed. You gonna go to bed? Oh, Lord. Okay, give me a sec. There was a letter waiting for me when I arrived at the embassy. I suppose Redwin sent it before I left. The cowards filed for dissolution of our marriage, but they couldn't muster the stones to tell me to my face. Let me assume it never arrived, but I certainly won't dignify it with a reply. This whole episode has given me binding headache. A horrible pinching sensation right behind the eye. A couple of days later. We've had a few days to settle into life at the embassy while the powers that argue about how to best make use of us. While I was resting, the ambassador's clerk took the scouts to some dreadful little swill house in rough part of town. Naturally, a couple of younger lads poisoned themselves with alcohol. Give me a second, baby. The mother in me wants to be furious, but I can hardly muster the energy. As long as Offrick's voiding his stomach in the canals instead of the bunkhouse, it's not my business after all. I think I'll take the team to Fort Northreach, see if he can't help their archivist identify the purpose of the godless ruins there. You know, I know that you already went out. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. Blessed New Year. The team acquitted themselves well at the fort. With Cadman's help, I was able to get down to the basement of the ruins there and take a look at the construction. Naturally, I left the notes I took at the fort. I feel like I hardly even think these days, but I believe I remember enough of what I learned to write satisfactory report for the ambassador. Could those ruins have been the site of fertility temple? I mean, goodness, look at the shape of their buildings. The steel garrote inquisitor attached to the embassy has uncovered rumor of a holy relic in the cave here in the Dawn Show, and she suggested we might want to investigate. I know I should be eager to get down there to explore, but I've hardly been able to get out of my bedroll since we've returned to Paradise. This is long. Okay, baby, give me a sec. I'll bet there's a cursed tablet with my name on it that Ridwin installed at the Temple of Skane back in High Crown. Nothing else could explain the hideous nightmares I've been having. Mushrooms erupting from my skin, my eyes replaced by quivering stalks, Miri turning into a tree, Redwin splitting in half and opening like a flower. No matter what drug I take or which god I pray, they refuse to go away. Sweetheart, I collapsed while we were gearing. Okay, let me go. I'll be right back. Okay, come on. No, come here. I collapsed while we were gearing up in the market, and none of the merchants would help me off the ground. One of them muttered something about a soul plague and ran off to tell his mates. I tried to tell the man I wasn't sick, just going through a divorce, but I couldn't speak. It was like my tongue had turned to mud. The Inquisitor pulled me aside when the boys got me back to the embassy. She was able to press the locals for more about the relic. Apparently, it was taken from Eothas' Titan skeleton, the very one I made my reputation discovering. And it's well known for its ability to heal anyone who holds it. I cannot delay any longer, I must find it.
Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here? They can't have come the same way we did. We swam here. What's stranger is there's not a scratch on them. No sign of what killed them. It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
I've seen something like this before, in the creation of animats.
I've heard of those, but I've never seen one. They're suits of armor brought to life by bound souls, right? The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Eothas, right?
Could the Oracle's plan have something to do with Eothas' vanishing at Okaizo? Crack knuckles, let's go find ask.
There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Okaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Eothas is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
Scary. But do I have any Oh, okay. 1 point available. It's interesting how might is like for both physical and spiritual in this game. Wait, we didn't have any abilities. How many points? 1 point ability. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if this is a passive. That might be good. Surrounded by protective frost that decreases damage reduction by 10%, deals frost accumulation to enemy melee attackers. So maybe that's a good one. to unlock. But yeah, I need to unlock this first. The mastery for those spells. I kind of like these. So yeah, I mean, the skill tree is pretty good in this game. We'll do damage for one, I think. Let's do that. %, additional damage to your wand. That's pretty generous upgrade. This is probably a really rough fight if we have to fight this guy. This hanging ball sacks actually remind me of the structures in Riven.
There you are. I worried for you when the earth shook.
Lies and wasps.
So this spirit is telling me that this guy is not good.
You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys?
There was an earthquake while I was in the temple. The place is flooded.
Yes, the earthquakes, and the roots that seem to always accompany them. They are not a new occurrence, I'm afraid. This land has always had an unstable quality to it. But it has worsened in recent years, grown violent. Is it my work the land abhors? Is it the arrival of your Emperor's soldiers? Or are these tremors merely the convulsions of this island's lone volcano? You will need the scientific minds of Emerald Stair to tell you, for I certainly cannot say. Whatever the cause, the disturbances are getting worse. I fear this whole place could collapse at any moment.
He's so shiny. Does he make you convulse in excitement? I found the bodies of the expedition team in your workshop. Did you kill them?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
See, I knew it. Attack? No, let's talk to him first. Never mind, he is deadly. He answered the question with a question. A soul on the wheel is broken into Why argue with him? He's not going to admit it. You're going to put their souls in the statue, aren't you?
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission. to prosecute the redemption of a god.
Are you gonna play South of Midnight? Oh, you have the Xbox subscription, don't you? Yeah, I think it's coming out in a couple of days, unless people purchase the deluxe edition. I got the regular edition. Yeah, the game looks good. By making them prisoners?
By making them jailers.
How do you expect to redeem Aethys?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
I do carry it.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
No. Kai, what do you think?
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses in Deadfire? Even I can see that's a bad idea. And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with him. I've heard I can change him before.
What will happen to you if your god abandons his domain in the beyond?
I cannot say. But when I return to the wheel, I pray I do not see Aethys there, for it will mean that I have failed. You see, my brother, you must understand. I am willing to endure a life of greatest loneliness, so that he
Go to bed.
may repent.
Absolutely not. We just went out, so no. You already went boo boo earlier, so no. You want to sit with me? Come here. You can sit with me if you want. Oh, there you go. Just don't step on my nuts, please. Ow.
I see. Why?
You killed innocent people to advance your own sick goals.
Then I shall simply take the splinter from your corpse.
Hold on, let's not be hasty.
I do not wish to pursue violence, but I will if I must. This is the work of my life. Now, the relic, if you please.
I refuse to be party to this.
If it must come to this, so be it.
This is not gonna be an easy fight. What? Help me. Shit. Wow! He does too much damage. Oh, not too bad, I guess. It's not. Oh, we got an epic sword.
Hear us, follow us. We would speak to you.
Last light of day +2. Unique weapons are highly coveted. Each has its own story, and each is enhanced with powerful primary and secondary enchantments. These weapons will all provide some combination of passive stat increase, incremental damage, distinct behaviors, and even more. Explore the living lands and complete side quests to find unique weapons that best suits your playstyle. Unique weapons can have their primary enhancements further improved or augmented enchanting station. Augmenting a unique weapon replaces the original enchantments, is permanent, and requires a variety of specific enchanting materials to perform. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad actually. I was scared, but it wasn't too bad. After he's dead, can we revive the statue? Probably not. You can still place the splinter? I don't know though.
We sense weight on you. Essence. Yes, we know this melody. A part of the statue, a piece that yearns for its true place. Combine them. Join soul into body. Let it sing for us.
What? What? Why do you want to finish the statue?
It gleams in colors we have never seen. If we use it, we cannot know. It must be complete.
Will something happen if I do that?
Feast, famine. We could not say. The Adra dulls our mind. We sense an acorn. Possibility.
All right.
What will bloom? We await.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
Huh. So it's telling me that the guy is bad, but then it wants me to still complete the statue. That's interesting. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Killing an enemy restores 3% of your health. That's pretty good. Oh, and is it a spear? Oh, oh, that looks amazing. What kind of passive? Hit deals 10% bonus fire damage. If things go bad, they'll never know. The lavish extravagance of this blade belies its wicked lethality. It was crafted for an Eothasian paladin of the Order of Kind Wayfarers, as thanks by a blacksmith whose life was saved by the paladin. Sweetheart, you're just an attention whore, baby. Why don't you just go to bed? Go to bed, honey. Just go to bed. Go to bed. You already went out. Go to bed. Rumor has it that never once did the paladin ever draw last light of the day from its scabbard, settling every conflict through diplomacy. Do you want me to put you on the bed? When they finally reached the end of their long life, they were buried along with the sword, which had yet to draw blood. How and when the weapon made its way to Sargemus's hands is unknown, but from the notches on the blade, it had almost certainly never seen use well before that happened. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to baby. Sweetheart. Relax. I think I'm gonna do it, but no, nope, Okay, why don't I give you a dental chew? Where's Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna regret it, but let's do it.
We will speak to you.
It's like, what is this motherfucker doing?
A host, form-giving life. One day when we are free, we could return here, dwell in this body, feel the earth again. But it is a sprout, fragile. It must sleep here undisturbed. A secret you could keep. Tell us, will you give us this gift?
What? I don't... If I let you have it, what will you do with it?
We are not sure. Could we touch the world? Walk in the ocean? Sift our fingers through sand?
How will you claim it?
A shard of Adra tethers it to us. Yet it is weak. A quagmire of essence occludes its veins. If we had time to tend it, perhaps we could find a way.
I don't even know what you are. Why should I trust you with it?
This prison holds us, silences us. The years fade like leaves. We have no memory of summer, warm fire, soothing rain. We could walk gently in this body, tend, grow, learn anew. But we must claim it.
Not sure. Oh, okay. You can have the statue, I guess. But why are you gonna give me something for this? Are you gonna give me a cool passive?
A vessel to hold us. We will remember this. The Adra strains. It aches. A choking barricade of souls. Essence like mud, we cannot swim here. It must be flushed out. Breathe this obstruction. Then when our prison bars fall, we will see.
Okay.
New earth to till, new flower. We rest now. We must consider this.
Can't do anything anymore with this. The robot is activated. So is the elevator working now? Oh yeah, it is. Then that quest took us about 3 hours. Ooh.
Guess his work on that statue didn't leave much time for renovations.
Incomplete lecture. A very good farmer. The spine of this book bears a stamp designating it as part of a restricted collection of the halls obscured. It appears to have been stolen. Every page is filled with closely packed writing and illustrations. One passage reads, Saint Waidwen pursed his lips and stared down the glowing visage which peered at him between stalks of Warless. He gripped the wooden shaft of his scythe, slick with sweat from his palms and hands of a working man which he was. Then you're Eothas then, he said. That I am, said the god. Then you already know what I want, said the farmer who was Waidwen. That I do. Waidwen unknotted the taut cord which restrained his ponytail and let the flowering locks cascade around his shoulders and rest over the shelf of his bosom. He winked and cleared his throat before winking again. I've got a candle. Hasn't been lit properly. Eothas moved closer and the passage cuts off abruptly with a series of jagged notes pressed deeply into the parchments. Eora is not ready for this. Sicko.
Never thought it'd be so good to see there on this.
I'm also going to read the half-written lecture. So we can always go back to the robot. But yeah, this is interesting. So those 4 people who died, who got killed, with their souls trapped in that robot is still there. Saint Waidwen, farmer became god. This is so long. With the mention of the name Waidwen, most folk think of only one word, Godhammer. While this event echoes through the ages and is still felt years after the destruction of Yvonne Dewar Bridge, Waidwen's humble beginnings belie the powerful force he would grow into. Waidwen lived an unassuming life in the remote area of Red Saris, the son of warless farmers. He toiled in the fields alongside his father for 22 years until his father's death. The farm then fell to him to run. He considered selling, but had no other skills upon which to draw, so he set on the path of warless farmer as well. Nothing of note was recorded in Waidwen's life until 4 years after his father's death. One day, while working the fields, Waidwen's life was irrevocably changed. In his words, night was falling, the fingers of dusk already gripping the sky. The sun had dipped behind the world's edge and stars were peeking from beyond the shroud. The day was still and darkness had blanketed the field. I placed my last harvest of the day into the collection pile when from behind me arose a brilliant light. I turned, fear in my breast, knowing not what could have caused such intense radiance. Behind me stood a blazing figure, resplendent in glory. Its white flesh glowed with a luminescent radiance, its head a blinding ball of light, brighter than the highest sun of mid-year. I averted my gaze, afraid I would be struck down for daring to gaze upon such a creature. A sudden peace washed over me, sweeping away my fear, leaving my trouble and soul tranquil. A loving warmth wrapped its arm around me. A voice spoke to me as I stood, transfixed, trying to both see the glorious being and avoid its dazzling scrutiny. Fear not, it said to me, for you are chosen above all others. You will be the light to bring about the rebirth of an empire. Then it held out its hand and bestowed upon me a vision of power, which I could scarcely contain it. Waidwin, disheveled and dirty, stumbled into his village the next morning, telling all who would listen about the miracle that happened in his fields. Eothas himself, he claimed, had appeared to him. He was to punish the Adrian government for leading his people into ruin. A way would be provided, and those faithful who helped would be blessed when the divinity manifested. Villagers ignored him, convinced the loss of his parents had broken his mind. But Waidwin continued to preach of the power of Eothas and corruption of the governor, eventually earning him the ire of the locals. His confrontation with the villagers hit a turning point one day in mid-autumn. A crowd had gathered around Waidwin, jeering him and telling him to leave the village. The warless crop that season was particularly light, and the villagers blamed Waidwin, saying he had angered the gods, particularly Eothas, with his blasphemy. They backed him into one of the withered fields, yelling at him to go. Accounts of inciting action are hazy. Some say a stone was thrown, others say he was pushed. Others still say simply trip over a dry root sticking from the ground. Farmer turned to God my ass. How do I live if there is no consolation? Where he left the world I was emptied of divinity, and a slave now to desire for it. I am unmoored from space and time. I am a body persisting until it is gone. Nothing. Is that what we want it to become? Alright, I'm gonna stop here. It's been, what, 3 hours? Yeah, 3.5 hours. I'll be back in a bit. Thanks for being here, Leon. Talk to you later.